This is Natalie, the pneumatic 360, in other words, the small boat. She is 40 centimeters shorter than the other boats, lighter, less powerful engine, but the easiest way to tell the difference is that there's no forward-facing seat for the helm, there is no steering wheel, you just have this. The trim for the engine is not on the throttle like on the other boats, it is here on this switch on the battery. You can see that, it's the switch here. The key tip about this is the choke for if you need to start. There's no ignition key, start it here. You fit the kill cord, unlike on the other one where it goes around the key, there is no key here. This plastic loop goes inside this little plastic thing here, and the switch holds the loop in, meaning that you cannot remove the loop without turning the switch off. And then here is a trick. So under normal operation, the only way you can add revs is by either putting it into forward gear or reverse gear, and then of course the propeller will spin. But what you have back here is a button called throttle only, which in other words is a neutral. If you press this in, I can't really demonstrate this because I think the boat's in this mode already, but if you put this in, then it puts the boat into neutral and it allows you to turn to do this, to turn the throttle up without the prop actually spinning. So if you are, this has been showed to me in the past, if you're having trouble pulling this and it won't start, you have the choke and all that, and you can't get it to start, what you can do is press the button, put it into neutral, add, probably you don't want to go to full power, but you can add a little bit of power, try and start it again, and you may find it starts more easily. After that, as soon as you put it into neutral, from that point, you can no longer use the throttle without turning the propeller, unless you press the button again. So that is Natalie, the 360. It doesn't say Natalie on the hull anywhere, so you'll just have to take my word for that. This is James, one of the two pneumatic 400s, the bigger boats, identifiable primarily by this comfortable white bench here. Standard, the trim control is on the throttle here for the engine. This, just like Henry, is how you attach the kill cord. Just take this empty side upwards, slot it onto the mechanism. It can be tricky. When it works, the ignition actually goes inwards, and then when this comes out, the key pops out again. The radio is different to the radio on Henry. You have to push the power in. All right, can't get it to start. But unlike the other radio, it's not enough to just turn the volume up. You have to click it. And then here's a key thing. So the bench on this one lifts up in its entirety. There's the battery, and you can also put the fuel tank in here. One mistake that I have made, what you can see is that the fuel line, which has been left here in the boat, runs through this hole in the bottom of the locker. I've made the mistake in the past of seeing this groove and thinking, aha, a convenient place to put the fuel line in. It fits very neatly. Don't do that, because as I learned, this groove is actually to accommodate this metal bar, and as soon as you sit down, you'll choke off your own fuel supply. So that's James. This is Henry, one of the two larger pneumatic 400s, 4 meters long, in other words. Just a few notes. The VHF is the easier one of the two to use, probably. Just turn on the volume. Nice and straightforward. That's this nice handset, hold it a few centimeters and push to talk. Don't forget to push to talk.